Now at 10, the latest on a dispute between the city of Coffeyville and the firefighters union over hazard pay. Plus, a look at the potential impact of a bill in Missouri to restrict gender-affirming care for minors. Plus, McDonald County students help pack 25,000 meals to help combat hunger.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Coffeyville, Kansas firefighters say they are getting fed up over a dispute with the city. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Jalen Banks. The city of Coffeyville and the fire department have been trying to settle the pay rate for the hazmat team. Last month, the fire chief, Kenny Ward, was allegedly fired by the city manager over disagreements about double time pay for the hazmat team. After weeks of no comment during the last city council meeting, city manager Mark Hall addressed the hazmat pay after the fire department walked out of the meeting. Hall said the city will pay the hazmat team on the straight time pay and will pass on the straight time pay reimbursement from the state fire marshal. According to Coffeyville, the hazmat pay contract with the state fire marshal only allows straight time pay for members on the hazmat team. The president of the Coffeyville Fire Union says the department will no longer attend commissioner meetings. Now they are focusing on starting fresh with the next group of county commissioners in 2024.
Now we can't sit back and be quiet. I mean, our honor and integrity, and I mean, it's everything that a firefighter character is off of, he attacked.
This is stemming from an incorrect paperwork submitted by an unauthorized firefighter that set the hazmat pay at double time. The city manager claims the paperwork was tampered with. However, the fire department and state fire marshal said it was unintentional and a mistake. And now to weather. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hitty joins us with the first look.
Well, kind of a gloomy day for us today. We had the showers last night through the morning hours and then just really cloudy skies all afternoon long. And we're going to have to deal with some fog out there for us tonight. Kind of chilly, only up to 57. Should be topping out at 72, so 15 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. Any rain we had earlier is gone, so we are fine for the rest of the night. But you can see our next wave building out across central and western parts of Kansas, which will start to affect us late in the day tomorrow. All right, kind of chilly, 50 to about 53. Outside, we'll drop back upper 40s. Again, we're going to have that patchy fog for the overnight hours, so be careful if you're going to be on the roadways. Rain chances again late tomorrow. The weekend looks pretty nice. Warming up next week. I'm going to have all the details for you here in just a little bit.
Kansas lawmakers have enacted what may be the most sweeping transgender bathroom law in the U.S. The Republican-controlled legislature today overrode the Governor Laura Kelly's veto of the measure. At least 8 other states have enacted laws preventing transgender people from using the restrooms associated with their gender identities, but most of them apply to schools. The Kansas law applies also to locker rooms, prisons, domestic violence shelter, and rape crisis centers. The new law will take effect July 1st. Missouri is one of many states going through a battle over gender-affirming care, but it stands out. That's because its Attorney General is trying to restrict that care for both minors and adults. The court is blocking the policy, which was supposed to start Thursday. Francis Watson has the look at the rules and potential impact.
I knew from an early age that I was different and that something was wrong.
But Stephanie Reed says she didn't get the care she needed until she was much older.
I started transitioning when I was 37 years old. And the thing is, when you wait that long, things get worse as time goes on.
Stephanie says she spent years trying to repress her feelings.
When I look at what the youth go through, I see what it is that I went through. I see that I didn't have the opportunity that they have today.
And that's what Planned Parenthood tries to provide.
This is, for many of them, life-saving health care.
Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey's rule to restrict gender-affirming care for minors and adults in the state was set to go into effect Thursday. The rule would ban all medically necessary treatment for gender dysphoria unless the patient has gone through therapy for an extended period of time. A judge blocked the rule just hours before it was to take effect.
You know, there's such a growing body of evidence, both in the pediatric and in the adult population, that suggests that Access to gender affirming hormone therapy is one of the most important and critical tools we have to help reduce the rates of suicide.
Dr. Colleen McNicholas says that Planned Parenthood will continue its efforts.
You know, it's a devastating time for the community, but we will do what we do best, which is fight and provide great, excellent care.
This isn't just for kicks. It's nothing small or irrelevant. This is a life-changing thing that we absolutely have to have in order to get by.
Stephanie says she's grateful to have had the treatment she needed.
I'm so much better off than I was before. It's hard to even imagine who I used to be compared to who I am now.
The Joplin Area of Commerce tonight hosted its 106th annual banquet. It's a chance for the Chamber to honor its members and recognize their outstanding achievements and contributions to the community. Some of the awards handed out tonight include Young Professional of the Year, the Golden Apple Awards, and Business of the Year. A member of the Pittsburgh Police Department didn't let the rain prevent him from keeping an annual tradition alive. Lieutenant Chris Moore ran a torch from the Law Enforcement Center to Carney Smith Stadium. That torch represents the beginning of a couple of Special Olympics events in Pittsburgh. Lieutenant Moore has been doing the torch run for several years.
Special Olympics in Southeast Kansas is getting bigger and bigger every year. We went from having a few events to now we've got a lot of events, and we're getting ready to host some state competitions in Southeast Kansas, which is going to be pretty amazing because we're going to have athletes from all over the state coming to towns in Southeast Kansas to compete.
One of those events, the Youth Regional Track and Field Competition, happened this morning. The Southeast Track and Field event will happen next Wednesday at Erie High School. Students and community members in Anderson, Missouri have come together to provide meals for those in need. KOAM Jana Haldala has more.
About 150 students packed meals to fight hunger at McDonald County High School.
We had been looking for a new service project that everybody could participate in, didn't require that the kids put any money in, just come to school and do the service activity.
FFA advisor Emily Hutton says the FFA officers collected $8,000 from the community, businesses, and churches to purchase ingredients for 25,000 meals. The national organization Meals of Hope provided the gear and food to the high school, and what is left is the manpower.
It's a good way to get our community tied in, involve a lot of kids in the school while not taking up too much of their time. This event's only going to last 4 hours today, and so it's kind of quick, it's fast paced. That's why we have music. We've got 3 different assembly lines going. We're trying to get as much done in a little amount of time as we can.
Maggie Pratt, president of the FFA chapter, says this is the biggest way she has contributed to helping other people.
There's an ingredient label on the back of it, and all they have to do is follow the instructions, add a little bit of water, mix it together, heat it up, and then you've got it ready to go.
Hutton says she does this for the youth.
I know that there are kids in our chapter that utilize the backpack program, the MC for Kids trailer, that they need that support and that want to help participate in other community service events, but due to funding issues can't do that. So this is a way that they can still participate.
In Anderson, Jana Haldala, KOAM News.
Hutton hopes to keep the tradition continuing. Some Crowder College students today worked on their graffiti skills, but don't worry, it was part of a school event. The students are putting together a graffiti project on the wall of the LC Placer Community Center in Neosho. Officials say it lets students exercise their creativity while brightening up the community.
Things like it's tied with more things that I feel like they have experience with. So it's a way to get them somewhat interested in things, allows them to learn the traditional techniques that graffiti artists have used in the past, and it gives them a space to do it where they're not going to get a $600 fine and jail time.
The students worked on the graffiti wall for 3 hours. Coming up, the suspected leaker of classified Pentagon documents appears in court for the first time. Plus, Vice President Mike Pence testifies before a grand jury Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. A federal judge said he will take his time to decide whether suspected Pentagon leaker Jack Teixeira will remain in custody or be released pending his trial on espionage charges. Teixeira is charged with espionage after allegedly posting classified material in a chat room, which was then spread online. Prosecutors argue that if released, Teixeira could either try to flee the country or obstruct the investigation. In court filings, they allege Teixeira already destroyed evidence, including a laptop and a game console. CBS News has confirmed that former Vice President Mike Pence appeared before a grand jury investigating efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Pence testified for more than 7 hours about the events leading up to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. A federal appeals court yesterday rejected Trump's last-minute bid to block Pence's testimony. Robert Costa reports from outside the federal courthouse in D.C.
Special counsel Jack Smith got his star witness today, former Vice President Mike Pence, whose appearance before the grand jury was one former President Donald Trump repeatedly tried to block. Pence's SUV left the D.C. courthouse this evening after his lengthy session with investigators. Trump, citing executive privilege, wanted to stop Pence from sharing details about the days leading up to the January 6th attack and Trump's pressure campaign to overturn the 2020 election.
Will you, for example, be able to testify, in your view, about the private conversations you have had with President Trump?
People can be confident that we'll obey the law, we'll comply with the law.
Trump leaned into Pence privately and publicly on January 6th.
And I hope Mike is going to do the right thing. I hope so.
Pence's refusal to block the certification of the election infuriated Trump. Now, with Pence moving closer to entering the race for the White House, his testimony today could affect the legal and political fate of his potential rival.
There may be no better witness about what the president knew and was going to do and tried to do than the vice president himself.
Sources tell CBS News that Pence came prepared to talk about the chronology, the documents, the details about what really happened behind the scenes before and during the Capitol attack. Robert Costa, CBS News, Washington.
A lawsuit looking to break up Facebook's parent company, Meta, won't be moving forward. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit Court tossed out an antitrust suit filed by New York and dozens of other states. The group was looking to unwind Meta's past acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. But the 3-judge panel ruled the states were years too late in filing the challenge. The states also failed to persuade the judges that Meta's data policies harmed competition. Drug maker Eli Lilly says it will use a new study to ask the FDA to fast-track approval for a blood sugar drug, tirzepatide, for weight loss. That would make tirzepatide a direct competitor with the obesity drug Wegovy. The FDA approved tirzepatide last year for helping people with type 2 diabetes control blood sugar. The new study involved obese adults with diabetes. According to Eli Lilly, those who took the highest dose of the drug for a year and a half not only controlled blood sugar but also lost weight. New evidence that playing music keeps your brain sharp. Researchers in China found older musicians outperformed their non-musician peers and were even at the same level as younger non-musicians when it came to certain brain functions. Researchers say playing music makes older adults better listeners by preserving youthful neural patterns. A little later, a Riverton High School basketball standout signs to continue his career at the college level.
Plus, we have some more rain chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a gloomy day, but at least we got a little bit of rain last night into the morning hours, but cloudy skies for us most of the day. And we've had a little bit of clearing, but we're going to get some patchy fog in here tonight. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, this is better than not getting rain, but we got 3/10 of an inch for us today. But look at this, for the month of April, one of our wetter months. We've only had 3/4 of an inch, and that's why we're 3 1/4 inches below where we should be for this time of the year. Drought-wise, you're fine if you live south of I-44. The farther northwest you track, the worse it gets. It's dry in Joplin, severe drought in Pittsburgh, extreme drought once you get out toward Parsons, Chanute, Humboldt, Independence, exceptional drought in our very far western counties. So we'll take any kind of rain we can get. All right, temperatures kind of chilly. We're sitting in that 50 to 52 degree range. And again, I do think we're going to get some patchy fog in here tonight. Here's the reason why. We've got the moisture on the ground, calm winds, relative humidity 89%. As that continues to go up, we're going to get that patchy fog building in. Already, we got some in southwestern Missouri, especially Berry County up through Lawrence County, and then over through Newton, McDonald County, a little bit in northeastern parts of Oklahoma. This is really going to build in over the next couple hours. So again, be careful if you're going to be on the roadways. We'll drop back into the 40s, 47 for a low, back to 56 by 10 a.m. Any of the rain that we had earlier is gone. So it's out of here. We do still have some clouds out there. Here's our next little wave, which we are watching out across central and western parts of Kansas. That's going to give us some rain late in the day tomorrow. So we have this system rotating out, this system dropping in. Look at the jet stream, northwest flow out of Canada. That's why we're cool for this time of the year. No rain tonight, but chances sneaking up. Here's 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 10 p.m., 1 a.m. So tomorrow night, and then tapers off as we go into Saturday morning. All right, let's step through time. We're going to stop in the morning hours. We got the fog, mid to upper 40s. We'll get a little bit of sunshine in here through the morning, bounce into lower 60s by the time we get to the noon hour, and I think most of us mid 60s. 66 in Nevada, 66 Grand Lake, 62 in Parsons. Also notice some showers starting to pop up. Again, these are going to be light. These are going to be scattered as they roll in tomorrow night. Here's 11:30 p.m. and then really just kind of fall apart. Most of these are going to be out of here by Saturday morning. We are going to have some clouds to start the day, but we get sunshine back by Saturday afternoon. Actually looks like a nice day. High temps right around 65, 66 degrees. Very similar to what we're going to see tomorrow. 11 a.m. 60. Clouds thicken. Showers pop up as we get into the evening hours. Rainfall amounts, not a lot. Maybe a tenth, maybe 2/10 of an inch in spots, which, hey, we'll definitely take. We need it, but we could use a little bit more than that. All right, let's go 65 tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, 64 on Sunday. Weekend looks great. Few random showers Monday and Tuesday. Warm into the 70s. Thunderstorm chances next Thursday and Friday. That's our next chance to get any severe weather, so still a week away.
Yeah, and then as we well know, we need this rain to break the drought. Hopefully next weekend we can get some heavy
rain. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Doug. It may only be spring, but the temperatures in Spain are set to top 100 degrees this week, and the scorching heat could break records in parts of the country. The hottest region of Seville, the traditional spring fair known as Fair de Abril, is underway, with festival goers roasting in traditional flamenco dresses, suits, and top hats. Still ahead, a Southeast Kansas high school basketball standout signed to continue his career at a local college. And the Frontenac Raiders aim to stay undefeated in a doubleheader against Galena. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more next.
Well, the Frontenac Raiders have been one of the best baseball teams in the state this season. The Raiders are 11-0 coming into the night. They've been dominant pretty much the whole way through. Frontenac is scoring 9 runs a game. They've already have 4 shutout wins. And tonight, Raiders aim to stay rolling, hosting a CNC doubleheader against Galena. In Game 1, Alex Williams on the mound for Frontenac. Gets the swing and the miss on the top of the first. Now, bottom of the inning, Logan Myers on first for the Raiders. Takes off and gets the steal. Myers in scoring position, then moments later, Myers now on third for Mario Mangini. Mangini sends the first pitch he sees into left. Myers scores. Frontenac goes up 1-0. Low scoring game in Game 1, but the Raiders win it 3-1. So in Game 2, Raiders try to complete the sweep. They would actually go on to get it done in that one, 11-1 in 5 innings. So Frontenac now 13-0 this season. They'll be back on the field on Monday on the road against the Colgan Panthers. The St. Louis Cardinals finish up their 4-game series with the Giants this afternoon. The Cardinals try to avoid the sweep after dropping each of the first 3 games in San Francisco. St. Louis has lost 7 of 9 coming into the day. Scoreless in the 7th until Alec Burleson, high and deep to right for the solo homer. Cardinals go up 1-0. Then in the 8th, another long ball here. Paul DeYoung up and out to left. He goes 2 for 4 with that homer and a pair of RBIs. Cardinals shut out the Giants and avoid the sweep 6-0. The Kansas City Royals also in action tonight, kicking off a 4-game set on the road against the Minnesota Twins. The Royals have lost 10 of 12 coming into the night. Tonight it's another one. Twins win 7-1. A Vinny Pasquantino solo home run, the only run of the night for Kansas City. Riverton High School basketball standout Jamie Richardson signs to play in college this afternoon. Richardson is headed to Coffeyville Community College. He's an All-State player and a multiple-time All-CNC pick, including being a unanimous first-team All-Conference selection this season. He also topped the 1,000-point mark in his high school career. Here he is on joining the Red Ravens and head coach Jay Herkelman.
They were really straight up with me, told me what I needed to work on, just everything. And he's very successful at what he's done, so, the success really stood out to me, and how much success he's had really set him apart from other coaches.
We're all kind of looking at our phones right now.
Yeah,
the
big time.
NFL draft, the Chiefs are still 4 picks away. They're pick number 28 right now, and I know, we've been talking during the break. Everybody needs an edge rusher, and certainly the Chiefs looking in position to get a good one.
Right before the sports segment started, I said, I can feel it in my bones. The Chiefs are going to get Nolan Smith from Georgia. Just a few picks away. Let's see if I'm right.
We'll find out.
All right, let's look at sports. We're back with more after this. It's not just people who struggle to get out of the bed in the morning. Greensboro Science Center in North Carolina posted this video of Yuri, a 22-year-old giant anteater struggling to wake up. Officials say this is normal behavior for anteaters. Yuri is a giant anteater, which is the largest extant anteater species, and is considered pretty old, as their average lifespan in the wild is around 14 years. I didn't know anteaters were sloth-like in terms of being lazy and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, but all right, Doug.
Okay, it can't be too hard to eat ants, right? So.
What do you have for us?
All right, tonight we're going to get some patchy fog, so watch out for that. Tomorrow in general looks pretty good, but we're going to get some showers in here by the evening into the overnight hours.
All right, Leonard.
Got to give a shout out to the Webb City High School baseball team. They beat Ozark in 10 innings today, 5-4. Kaylor Darnell comes through with the game-winning hit in the 10th.
Man, he's been playing really well as of late.
He pitched well the other night, came through with the game-winning hit tonight. Playmaker, man.
All right.
Missouri Southern commit, too, so you like that.
Sounds good. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Let's make it a great evening.